Guys, I want to clear something up at the moment. There's a little bit of fear going on with the Ascension process. People are worried or in fear that they're going to lose their loved ones, family, friends, whatever it be. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain to you that it's all good. Everyone will make their own decision and you will not cut everyone off or not see certain people again. Before I go on, please like and subscribe. We need that as a community to uplift this channel. Now, with the Ascension process, it's important to inform your loved ones around you, but not force it on them. So at the end of the day, Ascension is everyone's own personal choice. So if someone chooses not to ascend in this lifetime and stay in the 3D, they will continue on in the 3D, live their soul's purpose in the 3D. Then if they have lived their soul's purpose in the 3D and fulfilled their mission on Earth, they will then move on to another planet, dimension, or plane to continue their ascension process. So on a soul level, guys, we're all together. On a spirit level, we're always together. No one ever leaves each other. Just here in the conscious density of the three, call it 3D at this point, although we've all chosen, we're on the 5D timeline, but there is still that mixture of 3D and 5D, okay? There is 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, and can go on, but let's just keep this video simple. So what will happen is if you choose to ascend, you will ascend to 5D, you will break away with people you're not meant to see anymore, and naturally you won't miss them. But if you do miss them, that's part of your journey, part of your mission. You have to decipher with your emotional balance what it is that serves you and what it is that doesn't with that relationship, and what's best for that relationship ultimately. And then when it comes down to loved ones, especially family, people are in fear they won't see certain family members again. Now, this is not the case at all. If you read the beautiful Sarah Cosmay in her latest book, in Avalon, there is a perfect example of this with Merlin, magician from the times of Avalon. Now, what will happen is you can move into 3D, 5D to 3D as you please. At the start, when there's not much differentiation between the two, you'll find there'll be 5D communities that generally move out with each other, stick together, congregate energetically as a natural process. So you find you may live a couple of hours from a loved one, or you may have had those broken friendships or loved ones that you choose, you must see and whatever, but you'll find the distance grows greater and greater, not just on a physical level, but energetically. And it is all for the better, but you can move in and out. So if you want to see a loved one that's still in the 3D, all it is, it's the same thing. You don't need a passport, you don't need a spaceship. All you do is put your clothes on, you go for a drive to see that loved one. Now, again, distance will be a thing, but not necessarily, but you will ultimately just go and see that loved one. Eventually, say in another 50 years, when 5D has ascended even more, say we've become more of our light bodies, our diets have become more of a liquefied diet, spiritual ascension has taken place on a much greater level. That is when you'll make the conscious change, let's call it. So if you do have to see a loved one, that's where you know you will densify your body and actually transition through the portal into 3D. That's on a greater scale. It may not even be in 50 years, it may be more. But bear in mind that in the next 2 years, everything with star family is going to change. Relationships with star family will be apparent on this planet. So everyone will be making their own major jumps in 5D. So there'll be a lot of surprises. People who you thought may have ascended, would not have ascended in the past, would have ascended, and everyone be on their own spiritual level. Some maybe not. And then again, in the next 10 years, things will be totally different now as the spiritualists, the gurus, the monks, everyone says this has been in the plan for millennia. And it's probably only in 10 years or so, we're going to wake up and we'll all be in 5D. And I mean full on 5D, where everyone knows something's happened, but no one really talks much about it. It just is what it is. It's energetically pleasing and it is what it is. So it could only be in 10 years where you have to make that distinct transition through the portal and see someone. But ultimately, it'll always be that easy to go and see someone. Now, going back to Merlin, Merlin was a magician who lived in a cave and chose to practice in the spirit realm his magic of Avalon, independently isolated in a cave where he had no distractions of the 3D world. There are more examples of this in the QHHT or Sarah Cosmay's work. I do recommend you read it. Highly interesting if you are into this sort of thing. And then, so they'll just make that transition. They can go into the 3D of such a high spiritual, energetic light body realm, and they'll just make that transition. They have to go to the 3D, see someone, whatever, could be food, trade, could be anything. They make that transition, they go into 3D. They stay discreet. Their bodies have become densified for this short period of time. They do their 3D thing. They stay discreet only because they choose not to mix in with this realm too much or this dimension, because ultimately they have ascended in their light body. So they come in quick, they come out. So there's that. So you can always make that transition, especially in, like I say, in the more closer times ahead. It's always going to be as easy, just jumping in the car, jumping on the bus, going to see that loved one. So although the dimensions have split and will continue to split, who you were meant to see ultimately is who you'll be meant to see. Remember, we made this contract. Our soul made this contract before this lifetime in particular, and every other lifetime there's been a contract. The plan is in place. Whether you choose to live to that divine plan or not, that will be the flow of energy that will be apparent in your life or not. But just know this is all on contract, this is all on plan. Everything that's meant to be will be, everything that is not is not. And if it is the other way around, where things are meant to be and they're not, and all the rest of it, this is the balance we are here to achieve and fulfill our contracts. It may take many, many, many lifetimes of many, many personalities. And we're ultimately here to fulfill this contract, our time on earth. So, but again, always know, you can always see your loved ones if you choose to ascend in the 5D. Okay, so don't eliminate that fear. Know that all is good, peace is here, and you'll always be with your loved ones if it's meant to be. And if it's not, you'll feel it. You'll either feel good or you won't. Listen to that. Feel that flow of energy. What's meant to be is good, what's not meant to be will give you a feeling of slight anxiety in the heart. So, again, listen to your gut, follow your heart. Think with your clear perspective mind. Peace out. Love you.